Good day, my happy friends. I am Drew Eric Miller, and thanks for choosing my podcast. With so much content in the world today, it's my honor to bring you just a little more happiness with each listen. I used to wonder, can I be happier? Can I live a rich, abundant life? Can I dream big and manifest my dreams? The short answer is yes, I can. After much dedicated research, I have discovered beneficial action steps, tools, and life hacks while thriving on my journey to deep and meaningful happiness. In this podcast, I am sharing my research so you too can thrive on your journey to happiness. So get comfortable with a notepad or journal, and together we will manifest happiness. Good day, listeners. Welcome back. So my question today is, can I embrace a happier life? We need to revolutionize the way that we manifest and create happiness in our life. And let me give you an example of what Wayne Dyer says. Act as if everything you deserve is already here. Treat yourself as if you already are what you'd like to become. So greater happiness is now, and you need to act as if you have that happiness in your life now, that it's not some future event, that the happiness that you want and desire is what you have right now, and that's what you're creating in your life and manifesting in your life. So let me be clear on what that means. Throughout these podcasts, I have been talking about being clear on what it is that you desire that's going to bring you greater happiness. And by knowing that you desire, knowing yourself and what it is that's going to bring you that happiness, you can create and manifest that desire in your life now. So that means a new career path, or if you want a hobby, or if you want a new friends group, or you want to create boundaries, a new relationship, a new sense of peace and calm. I even ordered a book and started listening to that about changing your personality, and that's even an option. Once you know what it is that's going to bring you that greater happiness, you can embrace it now, every day, as a practice. You can start living your life as if you have that desire now. So let me give you an example. So when I went on my journey of self-discovery back in 2016 and I walked the El Camino and then backpack Europe, I did it with the intention that healing, this journey of self-discovery, was going to be healing for me after my divorce. So while I was preparing for that trip and while I was on the trip, I was conscious that I was healing and recovering from my divorce. And that's exactly what happened. So I was living it in the moment. Prior to my divorce, I started to read self-help books, and self-help books made me happy, helped me build my self-confidence, and helped me be a stronger person. And eventually those self-help books helped me realize I needed to get a divorce and be out of this relationship because that was going to bring me greater happiness. I have taken countless courses and spiritual classes and coaching classes, all to learn, because I knew and I know that learning very much brings me happiness. And so I wanted to be a learner, because while I'm learning, I'm feeling joy and excitement. Which brings me to today. Now that I've taken my journey of self-discovery, read and learned and grown, gotten divorced, healed, all the different aspects that I embraced during those periods, I'm turning that around now, and I'm embracing, being a leader and being a podcaster and being a book writer and teaching a class. I wrote a class, Yes, I Can Manifest Greater Happiness, and that is what brings me joy and happiness now. How we embrace greater happiness depends on what you do each day. The daily practice of embracing what it is that you desire. We embrace it by knowing what we want and creating a vision for what it is that we want. Then we act as if we have it now. Let's take a moment to remember my other podcast and where we've talked about knowing what you want, what it is that is going to bring greater happiness to you so you can have that in the forefront of your mind. So let me share an example for myself. Since I was a child and throughout my marriage, I had a house for 17 years. I always wanted a home pool, a pool in my own space where I could refresh, recharge, rejuvenate, cool off in the summer. And during the 17-year period in that house, I never had that pool. So I still had that longing for that home pool to create that home environment that I wanted to experience. Well, that all changed now because I am embracing a pool as my own ownership, my own pool ownership. So I knew that a pool wasn't just magically going to show up in my backyard. I knew there was going to have to be steps, and I knew I wasn't going to just magically save that money to have that pool magically appear. And so I embraced all the steps and the action steps that I needed to take in order to manifest my desire of having that pool. I needed to embrace the financial aspect of it. I needed to embrace the pool design. I needed to embrace getting quotes from different pool companies. I needed to embrace all the different intricate aspects of pool buying and what it is that was going to fit my needs best. So I needed to educate myself in the pool business so that I could make all the best choices for myself. All of this is encompassing, all of this I had to embrace. I also had to embrace my self-confidence, my self-worth, and build up my belief that I was worthy of having a home pool, which, that's something that a lot of people have to do also. Along with convincing my partner that this is the time that we needed to stop taking a few extra vacations and have that pool installed. I spent 9 months during that period of investigating and embracing everything aspect of the pool. I even came up with my own pool design. I came up with the design. I figured out where it was going to go in the yard. I embraced the gardener aspect. I embraced the design aspect. Figured out all the different pieces and elements and how it was going to look. Just everything. I did it all. It was so much fun. And that's what I mean by embracing what it is that you desire and then experiencing it now today, because that that period was very enjoyable for me. I had a lot of fun designing the pool. I had a lot of fun learning about it. And by the time that I signed that paperwork, I was confident that I was making the right choice at the right time with the right contractor. My design was right. Everything was right. And I was prepared, ready, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and financially. So I have signed the paperwork, and my 9 months are over, and now I've got 24 months to go. 12 weeks for the drawings and permits, and then 12 weeks for the actual construction. So I'm very excited to be on this process, and I'm very much enjoying every aspect of it. Back to Wayne Dwyer's quote. Act as if everything you desire is already here. Treat yourself as if you already are what you'd like to become. So now that you've got an idea of what it is that I embraced, I acted as if I already was a pool owner. So by the time I signed the paperwork, in my mind, I had already did everything that I needed to do, and I felt like a pool owner even though I didn't have one. So I had built up that mental equivalent in my head about pool ownership. And so I felt it, and I felt the excitement and enjoyment of having it. So this is what I mean when I say act as if you have it and now and embrace it. You need to live, breathe, and eat it as a daily practice so that you are embracing that desire. You're bringing it into the present, because while it is on the horizon, you are enjoying and embracing that desire now. That is how the universe responds to our thinking, thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and we get back what it is that we are desiring because we are putting that manifestation in energy into it, and that is the response that comes back. So that's how this works. That's the details on how this works that you can practice for yourself in your life. Next year, I get to practice being a gardener as I redo my entire yard, front and back, after the pool's installed. And I get to choose all kinds of new things. I get to embrace that gardener in me. So here is your action step. 1, remember what it is that you desire. 2, create that mental equivalent, which is a daily practice of embracing every aspect of what it is that you desire. 3, embrace the path that you're on while you're manifesting that desire. So your daily practice, embrace and enjoy that practice. Enjoy learning or doing whatever it is that you're doing in your daily practice for that manifestation, for the embrace. And then once you have embraced it every day and in your daily practice, eventually it will come into fruition. You will have accomplished it. And by the time it gets there, you have already built up your self-confidence, self-worth for that desire, and you will be able to keep it and hold it and have it as yours forevermore because you did the hard work. So that is all we have for today, and I thank you for listening. Remember your action steps. You can re-listen to this podcast. Remember to like, share, and comment, and thanks for listening. Listen next week.